George Bush, Prime Minister Maliki of Iraq, and King Abdullah of Jordan were supposed to get together in Jordan.
Hang on, you mentioned King Abdullah, so I'd like to do my Rush Limbaugh impersonation. So say his name again. Mention the people at the meeting.
Prime Minister Maliki, President Bush, King Abdullah.
Okay.
All right, anyway.
Diplomacy, please.
Well, Rush Limbaugh apparently shares the same views Muqtada al-Sadr, the out-of-control Shiite cleric in Iraq, and he said to his, all right, let's get a little impolitic here, his bitch, Maliki, the prime minister, hey, you're not going to go meet with President Bush. I'm going to withdraw from the government if you do, and I'm the guy who put you in power, so heel, sit, roll over. And what did Maliki do? He did. I mean, this is unprecedented. You have to understand something. This is not what happens in diplomacy. When the President of the United States of America changes his plan to come talk to you, and then you snub him and you say, no, I'm not going to talk to you, that's not a small diplomatic problem. That's a giant
What did Maliki,
I
don't remember now, what did he blame it on? They of course, said it was not a snub. It was like a scheduling conflict. He was at Burger King. He was...
No, Maliki doesn't care. He just didn't he hardly made an excuse at all. It's the president's advisors that are, of course, backpedal, trying to come up with it. They say, oh, no, because of the different kind of meetings, we decided that the trilateral meetings were not necessary. Instead, we held bilateral meetings. You know what they did this? He met with the king, and then President Bush met with the king. So we decided, no. They decided that they weren't going to have a meeting because they didn't make that decision. Maliki made that decision. And here's my favorite excuse from the president's advisor, Dan Bartlett. He said, it was going to be more of a social meeting anyways. Really? They were going to get together for tea and crumpets. Is that right? It was a social... What, are they going to watch football on Sunday? It was a social meeting anyway. It was a book club. They weren't really going to discuss what's happening in Iraq. Really? You sent the president all the way to Jordan to have a social meeting? To not discuss what's actually happening in Iraq? He was going to get together with the prime minister of Iraq, which is a very, very rare occurrence, and it was just going to be a social gathering.
Now, apparently they're still going to meet today. They were going to have 2 days of talks. They're still going to have breakfast today and a news conference. And by the way, because again, Dan Bartlett says what you just described, but a senior aide to the top Shiite politician Abdulaziz al-Hakim, who's also in Amman, said the Iraqis balked at the three-way meeting after learning the king wanted to broaden the talks to include the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Yeah, that's not true. They balked at the meeting, and they're not having the substantive and the real meeting simply because Muqtada al-Sadr told Maliki, you are not to have that meeting. Okay? So now understand the very important consequence of that. When the Shiites are done with us, they're done with us. They're going to say, thank you very much for playing. We need you to step aside now and let us kick the living crap out of the Sunnis. And that moment and that day is now very soon. This snub is an exact indication of why that ominous day is coming up much sooner than we expect. And that's why when the Iraq Study Group comes up with their nonsense proposals, and Thomas Friedman will share his proposals in a second, he wants to reinvade the country. All these ideas and proposals, the time has passed, okay? When the Shiites say, get the hell out of our country, when the official Iraqi government says, get the hell out of our country, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? What are we going to say? No, we're going to stay anyway, and we're going to fight you and the Sunnis? Come on, the whole thing is untenable, 100% untenable.